Hello guys, and welcome back to 95, where we're gonna take a look at Windows NT 3.51, which came out in 95. Which then you might be asking, where's the start menu, considering it's 95 after all, when Windows 95 came out. Yeah. Well, it turns out that 351 is based on a different kernel, which didn't happen to have the start menu just yet, but it was technically better than 95 in many other ways due to the NT kernel itself, which was separate from the 9.x kernel. But let's get straight into it, which is just we're gonna take a look around, see what's different, what's not too different from our current workstations. Oh god. Okay, so what would the 95-ish workstation have in terms of software? I thought to myself, well, if I were to be back in 95, 25 years ago, what would I have installed? That's what I thought. Food for thought, right? Yeah. So, as I'm a graphics designer and also I do a lot of like presentations and stuff, I thought let's go with Illustrator, Microsoft Office, maybe Netscape, a couple of games, because you know we work hard, so we gotta chill as well. So we got here Illustrator, we got the whole Office suite, we got Netscape, and we also got a couple very cool games. Yeah, as you can see, it doesn't get any better than that, does it? It doesn't really. Okay, so first of all, we should take a look at Microsoft Office, because why not, right? As you can see, we're running Windows 351 out of an emulator, so it's very accurate in terms of like speed and stuff. We're running hardware that's comparable to what they had back in the 90s. Back in 95, it's Pentium 75. As far as I remember, we were running 8 megabytes of RAM, which was not ideal for a workstation. It's like running a Windows 10 workstation nowadays with 8 gigabytes of RAM instead of 16 or 32 or 64, which would be ideal. So a very under spec sort of workstation, but that does the job as long as you don't like go crazy and launch everything at once. So let's take a look at Microsoft Word at first. 6.0. Hell yeah, look at that, how things have changed. Other, you know, I mean, still looks pretty much the same, you know. I mean, it's just a text box, you know. It doesn't really interest much to change, other than, you know, the new Office got like some tabs instead of those options, which now you just tab, like, oh, edit view, it's just tabs instead of like drop downs. But other than that, basically the same. And I preferred this one actually because it's a lot more distraction free. So as you can see, as there's no start menu, it's absent. You just got the text itself and the options, which is I would say way more easier to just concentrate on whatever you're doing work wise. You know, keeps the workflow going. And let's close that and open Excel, which is also not much different. Oh god, I forgot that. They have this quick preview, which Office was a sort of a new thing still. It wasn't really new, as it had already came out for I say 4 MB3. 5 years-ish, but people were still using Lotus 123, mainly using those in a corporate environment. So they were slowly switching to Office as their main. Office was just a second option before, which changed over time until nowadays where it's a gold standard. I mean, you don't see anyone using any other word processor or spreadsheet processor or whatever. Let's return. We don't need guidance. As you can see, it's pretty much the same still. I mean, they kept the formula. I mean, even if you like fill the solve shit out, you know, make your stuff and save, you could open that on Office 2019, which is great. I mean, technically, it does mean that if you want, you could possibly work with a 351 PC, do all your work, save on a floppy, and then carry a floppy to USB converter around, like the external floppy drive, and then just plug it in, and there you go. There's my work. There's my spreadsheet. There's my presentation. It would load. Surprisingly, I mean, considering it's a 25-year-old file, but it would work, which is great. Microsoft does seem to care a lot about that. So let's take a look at PowerPoint now. Which, before we begin working, no, I don't need that. Don't need that. Cancel. Okay. Creating a new presentation using Pick a Look Wizard. Let's see. What do they have to offer? Which type of output do you want to use for this presentation? Okay, so that's back in the day when we still had a slide thingy. Oh god, that's old. That's really old. I remember my parents carrying those around for presentations, like the small slides, and then there's the color overhead thingy, which I do remember as well. It was a transparent sheet with your presentation, and then you would put that in the thingy, and it would, you know, that black and white overheads even. Oh god, that's old. I remember like back in the mid 2000s, I had a teacher which would still use those instead of a data show. Oh god. Yeah. Anyway, let's say color overhead, so people were not familiar. I mean, didn't exist, I think, the whole data show thingy still. But yeah, which template design do you want to use for this presentation? I want, oh god, double lines, bars. That's so 90s. It screams out of you like 90s boy. Let's go with this one. Yeah, full page. PowerPoint allows you to print your presentation many different ways. Pick the options you want to use. Speaker notes, audience handout pages, outline pages. It's got everything. Name of your company. Okay, yeah, great. Date, page, number now. Name, company, which a name of the company would be nice on the speaker's notes, even though, you know, it's handout. Yeah, logo, dates, not great. Yeah, finish. Let's go. Let's see, what do we have here? Hello. Yearly report. 95 results. Okay, so insert new slide. Oh, look at that. That's just like an Office 97. I never used this one. My first was Office 97, so I'm not fully familiar, but it's pretty much, you know, self-explanatory, one could say. So hang in there. Insert new slide. Okay, we are bankrupt. Sorry, y'all fired. GG. Let's see how it looks now. I think it's this one, right? Yes, it is. Look at that. It even has the date. Yearly report, 95 results. Hang in there. We are bankrupt. Sorry. Y'all fired. GG. That's my presentation. Let's save it. Save it as C. It doesn't. Could we make a new folder? No. Let's call it results PPT. There you go. There's a presentation. Yearly report. There's subject, keywords, comments. Pretty cool. We need no keywords though. That's all good. It's all good. Okay. So we have the access, which I think it's a database thing. I do remember messing with that back in Windows 95 when I was like 5 or 6 without even like knowing what I was doing, but I found it interesting. Do not display this card again. Okay, so we can make a new database. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we have table query forms, the report macro. Let's make a new table. Yeah, boy. Field name, data type, description. I don't know. We could do like a phone number database or stuff, but anyway, let's not go through the hassle. So as you can see, there's no office, no publisher still, but yeah. So with taking a look at all that Office had to offer, so we're gonna take a look at Illustrator 4.1 now, which, well, you know, the big boy, the market standard back in the 90s. Was it as good as it is now? Let's figure out. So let's make a big text box and say hello, welcome to this video. And we go over here, paint type fonts. We could change it to Kelowna. Oh no, you gotta like, there you go. Font Kelowna MT. Look at that. Welcome to the video. So it's odd because they could just make a small like window thingy whenever I click on T, so that I could change those like faster, but now you gotta go through the hassle of clicking on type and then switching the fonts, which is fine, but you know. And we could like draw forms and stuff, like we can make boobs, very nice, very symmetric boobs. And what else do we have here? Paint style pattern, custom color. We do where's the, oh, we have a pen. Ooh, okay, so let's draw a vector, a cool epic vector like that. Ooh la la, look at this, very nice. I have no clue of what I'm doing at all. It doesn't even look anything like what we got now. You know, the layout, it's missing a lot of features. Let's maximize that. Okay, that's much better. And the PC just died. Oh, there you go. Okay, it's the RAM. It's definitely the RAM. Just, you know, I mean, the whole Illustrator, Photoshop, they all were known for using a lot of RAM. Even back in the day, it was worse back in the day actually, because you know, we didn't have a lot of RAM to spare. So yeah, the struggle was actually real. We have procedures, tools, glossary. Does it work? Oh, we do have like a custom color, contents. Let's see. Scroll bar to see topics not visible in the window keyboard. The procedures. Let's see the procedures. Auto tracing, blending colors, constraining and measuring, drawing lines and shapes, file management, graphs, importing and exporting files and graphics. So you could, even back in the day, do some wonderful, you know, Photoshop and Illustrator integration, you know, working together, and that's fun. Let's go. That's what made Adobe, you know, get so popular. I guess the fact that they off their software, they just integrate like very well. Let's close that. It's a double click. There you go. This one can go as well. No, I don't want to save it. Thank you very much. We do have other stuff to look at. Yes, we do. We have Netscape, which is a web browser. So if you know, this one is 1 year younger, 1 year older than the actual. As you can see, it does browse the internet, even though it doesn't browse like every kind of web page. It does have its limitations. So you cannot like open Google with this 94 browser at all. It's not compatible. But the Netscape web page from 94 is still up for God knows what reason. But hey, look at that. So it's not even a white background, it's a grayish background. That's how it was back in the day. Plain HTML. Not a lot going on. See copyright 94. Some cool stuff right there. Internet directory. Cool websites, the whole internet catalog. Yahoo. Those most of those, they don't open anymore. They don't load. Whether it's because it's not online anymore or because the browser just cannot cope. It really doesn't really, you know, you cannot do much with that anymore. I mean, this whole fact that we can actually go to a web page is amazing, and we could evidently get to Google even with a more updated browser. But the point is to be in 95, so that's what we got. That's how far we can go on that regard. Internet white pages. So we have NetFind, TU, MIT, we got homepage directories, we got Nobot, information service, internet people. Ooh la la, the internet people. Very nice. News groups, handbook. Here's an example. Congratulations, you have successfully followed a hyperlink. Look at me. Imagine that back in 94. Shit was great. I mean, look at that, about the internet. Want to know more about the internet? The whole internet user guide. You even have a guide to browse the internet, because you gotta need that, right? But bad request, CloudFit. The big dummies guide to the internet, which probably won't load. Yeah. As you can see, internet help desk, an official internet book list. People were still, you know, getting used to it. It was still an unknown sea. Now, like, most people just know they were their way around. You know, they were born into it. It's no strange concept, but imagine being like back in the 90s when it was a new thing. How far could you go? How big is it? You know, the whole unlimited access to information stuff was great. It was great. It was a new thing, and people were all hyped up. And boy, was it expensive. Okay, so no more Netscape for today. We've browsed enough. We've did enough office work. So now we should head over to the file manager to look at some games, because, you know, we're gamers. So SimFarm, yeah, let's take a look at SimFarm, which is like SimCity, but sort of farm management thing. It's a farm manager rather than a city manager. And there you go. It is the greatest thing, even though I'm not sure how to play it yet, because I hate to admit, but I've never played this classic before. SimFarm 93 Maxes, which also made The Sims 1. Another classic that we all know and love. Oh god, music. Ain't that a throwback? How do you skip that out? So you can select your region. We have rainfall, lots of rainfall, temperatures, okay, acceptable, lots of wind. temperature average, windy as well, and no rainfall at all. Boy, California, be like that. Oh, okay, this one is cold. And of course we have Chicago with low temperature, rainfall. Oh god, it doesn't get any better. Oh, you could select. Oh, that's amazing. So there's presets, and you could also make your farm anywhere. Look at that. I didn't know about that. I thought you had to click on the pre-selected ones, but you can actually go just crazy and like make whatever you want. Ooh la la. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna lie. Let's go with I want to have my own corn farm, so we should look for an average that's way too hot. Temperature, I need a good middle ground. Okay, this one seems fine. Yeah, use this region. Let's see. So here's our farm. Land value 16k. We got 40 grand. So we can okay, there's a map, and we have soil is low. It's not too toxic. Groundwater, there's plenty. There's high nutrients. Okay, that's cool. So we could start up by planting corn. Let's make a corn farm, because why not? So there you go. It's a corn farm right there. And then if we're feeling extra fancy, we could even get cotton as well. Because why not? Oh, we gotta... Oh, shoot. Why is it refusing to do that? Cannot place field. Oh, there has to be a certain distance. Okay, it's fair enough. And we can even use the bulldozer to get rid of stuff like rocks and trees, so that we can put more expander fields and get stuff going. As you can see, the time is just going by so fast. So we click plant. Let's go with rice. Rice is great. I don't even know if it's gonna grow there, but hey, let's plant the goddamn rice. And then we could go with potatoes, because who doesn't like potatoes? Even though it requires extra equipment to harvest, which I hardly doubt that. I doubt that like the game will actually model that or take that into account. Let's say, let's spray some fertilizer. Let's get rid of fertilizer. And then apparently yeah, it disappears. This one needs water. Spray herbicide, pesticide. Gotta get rid of the pest. And what is that? Does it mean its temperature's not good enough? Or do we have... Oh yeah, we need herbicide now. Amazing. There you go. Problem is gone. Right. So can you like build a road network that connects our farm to fields, so that we can, you know, work the fields faster and more efficiently. And then there might be a key shortcut to just draw a straight long line through the fields, but I'm just gonna click. This is just great. It reminds me a lot of SimCity, of course, which is from the same developer. Interface is very similar. The graphics and how smoothly it runs, it's great. You should definitely give this game a lot more love at some point, because it's fun. Look at that. It just runs so well. I mean, it's no farming simulator, but hey, it's not bad at all. And the time moves so fast I could actually like play several seasons in a day, which is even better, I guess. It's a game easier to grind, I suppose. Yeah. The mouse is way too sensitive, so whenever we get to the corners, it just goes nuts. But oh god, file save as. Let's call it. It doesn't really like my keyboard, does it? It doesn't. Oh, there. Okay. This game saved. The guy looks like Joey from Friends. Okay, so now we can close. Quit. Would you like to save the game before? No. Just save. There's no need. Thank you for playing Sim Farm. Okay. Yeah. I'll take that. So what is that? Is that another game? Holler, no. Oh, it's Illustrator. Never mind. We have Windows NT base folder, users folder, debris. What is that? Setup. Netscape. Yeah, it's still pretty plain. We're still getting stuff, you know, installed. But yeah, it's the video for today. The throwback to 95, looking at like office applications and stuff, and even like trying to network for a bit. Some light gaming. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any feedback, constructive feedback, that is, you know. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day or night, and take care.